Hello there all you magnificent people, and welcome back to another episode of An Ecologist Plays Avatar, Frontiers of Pandora. And we are back here in the Chameleon Forest. And well, there is something I really want to do, because as you can see from the map here, I've gone around and I have destroyed all the RDA outposts that I could find in the clouded forest, all the RDA facilities I could find in the upper plains. There may still be one hiding right up there, perhaps. We'll have a look at some point. And then I've destroyed all the ones I could in the Chameleon Forest. There are only two left. This one, which I believe is story related, because whenever I approach there, it just shunts me away, or I just teleport to somewhere else. And then this horrible one, the laser ore processor alpha, which is the most significant polluting factor in this area, and also the thing preventing us from getting the deeper connection ancestor skill. So here's the deal. I'm going to get rid of this horrible RDA facility. I'm going to then carry on a little bit with the quest, and of course talk about the ecology of the creatures and plants we encounter. The channel is currently, as I'm recording this video, 22 subscribers short of 1,000 subscribers. And if we get 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to make a video where I'm going to fly one of these rivers right from the start, right up here in the clouded forest, through the clouded forest, through the upper plains, and then through the Chameleon Forest. And to do that, we need the pollution cleared. And during that flight, we're going to be talking about the ecology of the rivers of this wonderful continent that we have here. But I'm only going to do that once we have 1,000 subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so, and I will make that video. But for now, let's go get rid of some RDA. Now we're going to sneak up across the waterfall area here. Of course, at this point, we actually would be pulled over the waterfall. There we go. Okay, never mind. We are being pulled over the waterfall. Oh, we are under. Well, what a way to start. Okay. Right, so the physics do work. We do get pulled over the waterfall. Good to know. We are currently combat strength of 20. Now that I've got everything I possibly could have upgraded, I upgraded, except perhaps for the head guard. I could technically make the clouded forest headband, but I'm waiting for a nice exquisite quality recipe. So for now, let's see, where do we go in? Of course, as we are making our way across here, storm beasts that are dead. We've got a dead scarab crawler here. We've got pollution over here. All kinds of horrible stuff. I look forward to scraping this horrible blemish from the landscape. Okay, I suspect we are getting closer, because there appear to be a whole bunch of sentry turrets over here. Aha!
Priya, do you have anything on this base?
Oh, you found the big refinery. They melt ore there with an absolutely humongous laser. Would be real sad for the RDA if it got busted up.
Ah. Okay. I was just about to try and blow my way in. But there's a grate here, and that is quite great. Finally see some guys. Alright, let the games begin. Alright, another room, a whole bunch of other victims. Come on. So there is someone in here. We're just going to say hello, shall we? Hello. Goodbye. Ah. Enemies are coming. Well now. This is going to be fun. Oh, yes, that's what I like. Ha ha ha. Come on, your bullets mean nothing. Burn! 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 Guess I'll need to run through here. And take that. And a bit of that as well, eh?
Any viper wolves that need skinning?
No. Alright, let's just do that. And that. Oh, there go a few more. This guy has quite a nice little design on his amp suit. It's a shame he didn't help him. Well, shame for him, not for me. Sneaking, sneaking, sneaking. Hello. Goodbye. Alright, so now comes the tricky part. We've got to damage that lens. And the way to do it is to actually stand there where it's going to go like that. And to shoot it just before it goes like that. That's in essence what we are going to be doing. Alright, so let's get ready with this. And then as it turns towards us, we're going to get ready to just shoot it in the lens. And I suspect then we're going to have a whole bunch of people spawning again. But here we go. Damaging it. That looks like someone could come through there later on. So I'm just going to throw that there so long. Oh, okay, never mind. It got them. Yeah. So we should probably get ready to damage it again. So getting ready and destroy once more. Ooh, I'm slightly on fire. We've got to open the emergency pipeline over there, which looks like it is right in the shooting range of this laser. Okay, so I guess we're just going to have to take it. Okay, we've turned 2, and now we're just going to turn 3. Ooh, slightly on fire. It's probably going to shoot here again. Yes, indeed. No, you're not. And we're only slightly on fire. And now we've got to do the same on the other side. 3 valves we've got to close.
A few moments later.
Nice. Oof, that was a vicious grenade. Who threw that at me? Who throws a grenade? Honestly. New friend. This is just how I say hello. And 3 down. Oh, destroy the laser again. Let's see. Okay, that seemed to work, semi. Oh, that worked. Yay! Oh my goodness, we have officially done it. There goes the laser ore processor alpha. Oh man. And what a sight it is. And now we actually have a very nice headband. And oh, what a sight it is to behold. Oh man, I can't wait for this area to start healing. But look at that. The laser ore processor alpha is going to no longer pollute this massive area. That means we can fly to whatever that is, and we can finally get the deeper connection ancestor skill. Alright, it seems the Taju plant is growing in this tree somewhere, so we're just going to try and find a way in. Maybe along these fungi over here. Kind of resemble a staircase? Yes, it does seem that this is the way. Finally, the last of the ancestor skills. And down this lift vine we go. Of course, as mentioned right at the start of our series, this is a carnivorous plant. It's actually attracting insects to its lure over here. And then in the process, catching them and taking them up and digesting them in that little bulbous section at the top there. And this, of course, is most likely one of the last ones you're going to get, because you can only access it after defeating the laser ore processing plant. Alright, let's touch the rib plant, another carnivorous plant, and let's head out again. And now, the Kinglor forest is clear, except for this blemish upon the land, Drill Base Omega, which I suspect involves something with a story. And now that we have cleared the Kinglor forest and it is looking nice and pretty, or almost cleared it at least, let's head on over back to the new Resistance headquarters, because we have to meet with Anufi, who should be in here somewhere. Hello again, Anufi. Long time no see.
Dreamwalker, I know you. You brought the Sky People. You wanted our children. I saw you in the depths of Mokasa's memories. He told you where to find the Sarantu clan.
I only tried to help.
You stole our lives, like you stole everything else.
I tried to stop them.
Oh goodness.
Let it bleed.
Oh.
Do not become what you hate, Nord.
Well, that was quite a long cutscene and a bit of a memory flashback there. And I decided to rather cut it out because we are going to go through it with our live stream rather. So soon, Nick and I will be going through what happened with the Sarentu. We'll be going through that section of the quest. Just know that some bad things happened and Alma was involved. Now, I quickly want to go have a look at one of the most interesting little predators that we have here in the Clouded Forest. But before we do that, I'm just quickly going to make a bond with the Sailfin Goliath again, so that we can get close and personal with those little predators. Now, the animals we are looking for are these little guys, the Chameleon Crawlers. Let's go see if we can actually find some of them. Now, they are most commonly found in the White Moss Forest biome, which we currently are in. So I hope we're going to see some soon, but there are also some RDA. Oh, they are actually attacking the Whipfang Crawlers. No! Let's take out the last two. Listen here, guys. There. Now, there are some of them left. It seems, okay, it seems some of them escaped. Thankfully, at least two of them escaped. Let's go have a look. Hopefully they're okay. Oh, they are not. Shame. They didn't make it far. The entire family wiped out by the RDA. What we can see here is a very interesting texture on the skin here, as well as very, very interesting color. And that is because these guys can change the color and texture of their skin to blend in with the background. So we'll talk about that in a moment. I just want to go find some living individuals.
A few moments later.
Actually, I think these are alive. It is not telling me that they are ruined, and I can hear breathing. Huh. Wow, okay. So these guys actually had me fooled. They are alive, both of them. And that brings me to this wonderful, wonderful species. And you can see here, they are matching their background extremely well. And this is obviously modeled on things like octopus and cuttlefish, which are able to change their color and their texture in order to blend in with the surrounding environment. They also even have little tentacles here in the front, which appears to be very, very similar to cuttlefish. And in fact, even their name, Cepida lacerta, means cuttlefish lizard. Cepida referring to cuttlefish, and lacerta is Latin for lizard. Now, the weird thing with cuttlefish, though, is that they can't actually see color. They are colorblind. So I'm not sure whether the little cuttlefish lizards here, the chameleon crawlers, can actually see color, but cuttlefish, which they are modeled on, cannot actually see color, which is very, very strange. Now, in this case, they are using the camouflage to actually hide from predators. They're hiding from potential prey, and if someone were to walk along here, or something were to walk along here, they would be able to spring into action. And apparently they will hypnotize their prey with bright flashes from their little tentacles. And that is also very similar to how cuttlefish will hunt. Some of them will also, they will extend their little tentacles, extended 90 degrees to the face, and then have bright flashes along it so that they can actually disorientate prey. So they hypnotize it to some extent. Now, these little guys also have amazingly flappy skin, very, very stretchable skin here. And that is then to also inflate themselves if they are threatened by some predator. So they can make themselves appear a little bit larger. Very nice colors we can see here on the mature individual. But of course, the moment they are trying to hide, they actually blend in with their background. And this should actually be called the cuttlefish crawler rather than chameleon crawler, because chameleons do not change their color nor their texture to blend in with the background. Chameleons are naturally well camouflaged with their brown and green colors, and they will change their color to actually reflect their mood and to attract a partner and to intimidate a rival, not to blend in with their surroundings. Whereas these guys, similar to cuttlefish and similar to octopus, they will change their color to actually blend in with the background. Really, really amazing little creatures. Oh man, I love it. And I love the fact that we could actually get this close to them without them attacking us. And all thanks to the Sailfin Goliath, which we bonded with.
Hey, I know it's not the best time, but I need your help. There's some totally weird seismic activity. Tremors centered on the upper plains.
Tremors? That will really upset the Zakru.
I have a bad
Yeah.
feeling this data I lost in the bombing. Anyway, Anka thinks she may have found the cause. Can you maybe check with her? Sorry. Everything's so strange back here. Nor gone, Dylan gone, and Cortez hasn't been sane since, well, you know.
Don't worry.
Being stabbed in the gut.
I'll go check on Anka.
Alright, so it seems Renella is burying Alma Cortez, and we're going to check in there a little bit later. Not now, we'll do that next time. For now, we're actually going to fly a little bit, because we are heading over to the upper plains. It has been a while. Now, just hovering over the landscape a little bit here, it is really such a gorgeous, gorgeous game. I mean, looking at the different habitats one encounters, this area here is so much different actually from just a little bit further north, where we've got those red trees, those crimson trees in this area over here, and we've got some wetland ecosystems. The variation in habitats that we have in this game is so amazing. And here we are going to be flying through this clouded forest section with the frill stem trees over here, the massive fungi, and then we're going to just head over this ridgeline here and head into the upper plains. And I am really looking forward to making the video as I fly from the start of one of the rivers to the spot it flows into the ocean. That is going to be something that's going to be so much fun to make. And interesting here, as we go through this ravine here, we've got these purplish pine trees basically, and it seems that they are actually deciduous, shedding a lot of their leaves now as the area here seems to be going into a bit more of a dry season. Not sure whether they are naturally this color. I don't think they are. The hunter's guide doesn't seem to specify that they actually have pinkish leaves, and that tells me that maybe this is actually just a seasonal thing, where during the wet season they will have their typical dark green leaves, or needles at least, and then during the dry season they actually drop the leaves, but in the process, going from one season to the other, they will have more purple leaves. A bit of a variation on the whole autumn colors, eh? But I did see something that doesn't belong in here. Three things actually that don't belong in here, and it's these guys. So there goes one, there goes another, and there goes the last. As we go along, we are just really cleaning up the western frontier. And look, there are some more. Well, we can't have you guys here, can we? No, we cannot. There we go. Now, before actually heading over to the upper plains there, it's interesting that this mountain separates the one biome from the other. So there's something that happens on this side that doesn't happen on the upper plains side of this map. And it's most likely the dense fog that we have present in the clouded forest, the high moisture content of the air. Of course, as the fog rolls into the clouded forest area, the fog will condensate onto the leaves of the trees and will drip down to the ground, effectively watering the trees here. And because of that high moisture content, you actually can support trees. In the upper plains here, we don't have that dense fog, and as a result, the landscape is much drier, and you can't really support big trees. Of course, as the petrified tree trunks here testify, there used to be some trees, but they are long gone, and in this case, petrified. So, because there's not a lot of moisture in the upper plains, instead we have a shrubland and a grassland type of vegetation in this landscape. But it could also be that this area, the upper plains area, has a more frequent fire regime. So fire burns this area perhaps more frequently than it does the clouded forest, and as a result, you can't have trees growing in this landscape. Instead, grasses and shrubs make up the majority of the biomass here. You do have some windswept trees, but they would have special adaptations to surviving in the upper plains. Most likely, they would have a very thick bark that is resistant to the fire, so it protects the inner bark, similar to cork oaks on Earth, of course. Now, as we are removing the air pollution here in the western frontier, it seems like more and more of the superior quality materials are also spawning. Where previously we could only find superior and exquisite quality shaded waterweed bust fibers over here by the Weeping Steps, now we have them kind of all over the place. Look at this. In this Tranquility bulb over here, we also have a superior quality shaded waterweed bast fibers. And it seems all over the place now. We have got these exquisite and superior quality materials, as they now no longer only occurs in the areas that were listed by the Hunter's Guide as, potential spots for exquisite quality material. Now, as we are approaching the point where there is no more air pollution, we see these amazing quality materials popping up everywhere. And as you can see here, we are 89% clean. We only have, at this point, we only have one outpost left, and that is that drill base Omega in the Kinglor Forest, which I suspect we are going to be taking out soon. Just something interesting to note, and thanks to Agiliki for pointing that out, that with the Thanator we encountered last time, it says here in this Hunter's Guide that given its anatomy, it is likely that the Thanator is an evolutionary relative of the Viper Wolf. Interesting, because, I don't know, for some reason, this doesn't just seem like a Viper Wolf on steroids. This actually seems a little bit different. Now, on Earth, what we often base our classifications on, especially with mammals, would be the skull and the teeth structure in particular. And that's going to more or less indicate to you where in the tree of life the mammal occurs. With this one, with the Thanators, as we encountered last time, they will have a whole bunch of forward-facing teeth here, quite shear-like incisors in front there, and then they have that pharyngeal jaw at the top there, which I pointed out last time. The Viper Wolf, on the other hand, does not seem to have really the incisors that's designed for shearing in the front there. Doesn't really have, it's got few teeth there that can, maybe the top jaw does have a similar structure, the teeth there at least. It seems the Viper Wolf may at least superficially share some of those characteristics. Perhaps not quite as pronounced as the Thanator with its shearing incisors in the lower jaw, and it does have a few forward-pointing teeth. But it's difficult to see whether it has the pharyngeal jaw or not. So that presence or absence of the pharyngeal jaw at the top there would tell me whether it is a relative of the Thanator or not. But if the Hunter's Guide states it is, then it most likely is, and most likely has that pharyngeal jaw. As we are just making our way over to the spot where Anka is, we are close to the celebration arches, and we're just having a good look at it as we running up here. But this is then the spot where we're going to call it today, everybody. So thank you very much for tuning in. Hope you learned something new. It was a little bit of a shorter episode and consisted mostly of us annihilating the RDA. But if you enjoyed it and you haven't subscribed yet, please do subscribe, and let's try to get to 1,000 subscribers, and then I will do that special video where I will fly from the start of a river all the way to the end where it flows into the ocean and talk about the ecology of that river. But for now, everybody, thank you for tuning in. Hope you have a wonderful weekend. Nick and I will be streaming again on Sunday, where you'll be streaming Pal World. I really hope you have an amazing weekend. And of course, stay safe, everybody. We'll see you all soon. Bye.